Hello, my little sugar plums. We have got a 2014 STI in the shop today that we're gonna be working on. Now, I know I was supposed to have a dyno video out earlier this week on the 06 STI. Truth be told, we took it down there, we tuned it. I was gonna film, started tuning, and I got so immersed in just trying to learn the fundamentals of tuning that was kind of what I focused on the entire time. Car did phenomenal. We didn't touch boost control, so the car's tuned on wastegate right now. Made 319 horsepower, 292 foot-pounds of torque on 14 PSI. So the main thing I focused on was open loop fueling, closed loop fueling, ignition timing, drivability, all of that. And I can confidently say that I feel very comfortable tuning in those aspects, at least on a dyno right now. On the flip side, we're gonna go back in about a week and tune the 06 STI with some boost. And if everything on boost goes well, we're gonna try tuning on E85. So tuning stuff, it's going phenomenal. I will get you guys some videos on the tuning stuff. It's just every time we go down there, I'm so in the zone with trying to focus and learn it that it's very difficult to try to film by myself and do it. But that's gonna be changing here soon, actually. So on the flip side, I'm giving you guys like a little brief update before we get into this. If you don't care about the update, just skip past. I'll put like a timestamp right there. Things have really picked up here at the shop. I am quite literally drowning in Subaru work, as you guys can see. So we've got this 14 STI hatch here. We've got this IAG engine going in. We've got two more engines right there. That one I have to buy more engine stands. I ran out of engine stands. I've got 3 more engines at the house for 3 other cars. So I don't want to make this channel strictly rebuilding all of these broken Subarus all the time, because we have a whole bunch of them that all need fixed. So I've opted to open up a subsidiary division of Smeedia, and we're gonna be calling it Smeedia Performance or Smeedia whatever. I haven't chosen an actual name on it. I kind of want STI Smeedia Tuning Incorporated, but that's for another day. But we have we have hired an employee for Smeedia, which is freaking insane to me. So he's gonna be, you guys will meet him. I don't want to give anything away too much on who it is quite yet, but you guys will meet him. He'll be helping with the YouTube videos, camera work. His primary focus right now is going to be doing engine R&Rs with me overseeing it, supervising until I feel like he has a 100% grasp on things. Yeah, dude, we're going crazy out here. We're going to be offering to, this is like a full-blown business, dude. This is weird. This is freaking weird. But enough of that. Let me give you a quick little rundown on this car. Let's get this engine out. My goal for today is to get that engine timed and back in the car. So I want this thing done tomorrow. And then I'll be tuning this. He asked me to tune it. I'm gonna be tuning it. So what we're looking at here, 2014 WRX STI. Unfortunately, this thing has an EJ20X in it. Fortunately though, we're putting a 2.5 liter back in it. So he put this EJ20X in here a couple of years ago because it was obviously a cheap replacement for his old engine that had issues. There's technically nothing wrong with this engine, it just misfires. So we're gonna be pulling this EJ20X out. The long block is gonna be going to the rally guys. They're gonna be using it for some of their rally cars and whatnot. All of the subsidiary pieces on this engine will obviously get transferred over. Right here, I've already kind of got started on this. This is an IAG 11, no, it's an IAG 750, I think. It's a closed deck block, ARP 2000s, brand new W25 cylinder heads, GSC valve train, GSC S2 cams. So this thing should be able to take whatever the dude's throwing at him. Obviously, the head studs and everything like that are gonna be a limiting factor, but he's not going for big power right now. So where we're gonna start, disassembling this. I've already drained fluids out of this last night, so let's just jump straight into it, get this engine torn down, get it out. We'll get it set outside for the rally guys to come pick up, and then we'll start getting our new one ready to go in. First things first, battery. It's funny, these 2-liter engines, everyone uses their junkyard, they're Japanese junkyard engines, but everyone likes them because they're cheap. There's a reason that they're cheap. It's a junkyard engine. What do you expect? I want to get this thing out, quote unquote, before lunch, and then get that new one in by the end of the day. Get it timed, burped, and bled tomorrow, so that way he could pick it up Saturday. Ideally, I want to get this car out of here by Saturday. Today is Thursday morning, so we should be able to do that, no problem. So I think the way I'm going to tackle this one is I might go sides in, like side, front, back, inwards, and rip out. I don't know, we'll see. Let's undo this engine harness. Unplug that guy. What the hell? EJ20, not even a good EJ20. All right, what all do we got going on here? A lot. Okay, that's gone. Drop that. That's okay. Try not to get covered in coolant. Look at that, man. Didn't get covered in coolant. We'll probably just knock out a handful of the under the car stuff right now. So that way we can kind of just focus on some of the stuff up top and make a lot more progress. Like we can knock out quite a bit of the things up top. Where are all my pocket screwdrivers? Right there. We can knock out quite a bit of the up top stuff once we do some of this under the car stuff. Getting the radiator out is gonna free up a lot of room. But while we're down here, we're gonna hit engine grounds, motor mounts, cat back, O2 sensor for the downpipe, which look at that, we just got that out. Easy enough. Pull that guy back. All this shit just to prepare for the engine to come out. I need a brake bar for that. All right, let's get this lower radiator hose off and then we can get the radiator out. Honestly, I'm probably gonna pull off this whole housing. This is what I wanna do next. With the coil packs, if you can't get them undone by hand, use a small pocket screwdriver to just kind of sneak down here, lift up the tab and just give it a little pull. Like this one, it's unclipped, it's just kind of like tight on there right now. And then if you have a stuck coolant line like this, you can start to break the seal on it a little bit. And if it still won't come off, you can grab it and twist them. That helps sometimes. Yep, just like that. The manifold out of the way. So we got our cam sensors down here. Cam sensor, injectors can stay plugged in for right this minute. Boost controller can stay on there. We need to undo the two wastegate lines down here. There are some stuff underneath the car that we're gonna have to go back down and do. Now that we have the O2 sensor undone, we have to do the heat shields for the turbo, or the heat shields for the exhaust manifold. So that way we can get the, oh my God, dude, bro. Because we gotta take the exhaust manifold off to get to two of the electrical connectors down there, which are gonna be for the AVCS solenoids. We've got all this crap over here still too. All right, let's hit all the 12s for the manifold. But I love it. So I should, in theory, be able to start, bringing this up. Pretty much anywhere where the manifold is like hooked up, or the wiring harness is hooked up to anything, unhook it. AC, power steering, let's get those disconnected, move those out of the way. That gives us more access to the manifold to be able to get the manifold up and out. There we go. This guy, I like to just kind of try to fold it over and stick it in there. Essentially, all you're doing is trying to free up as much room as you can to access some of this stuff. There we go. Gotta get this heat shield off. Then we gotta take out, oh, brother. A lot of oil. Hit that with a little bit of PV, same with that one. I have a set that's a 12 and a 14 and I use it all the fucking time. If I can find it. Where, 12, 14. There we go. Oh, the whole stud came out on that one. Come up here, undo oil control valve, cam sensor, and all that's free. But now with that off on the bottom, we should be able to get the intake manifold out now. Oh yeah. Intake manifold. We are not reusing this Smeedia downpipe. We have a Cobb one we're gonna be putting on here next. Downpipe should be able to come out. All the bolts are off. Just gotta get it past the hanger, slide her out. Snake this guy right up in there. Saw that coming. He used fucking worm gears on the oil return. We got the heater core hoses. Honestly, I can just cut these because we have new ones, but I guess I can pull them. This has the OEM cylinder 4 cooling mod on it. Personally not a fan of them, but you know, to each their own. It's not gonna hurt your car. It's not gonna not hurt your car if you don't use it. So entirely up to you, Picasso. Yeah, I was about to say, this thing should be able to slide out now. They RTV'd the coolant crossover down. Interesting. Betcha this thing comes out super nice for us. Betcha it's gonna come right out. Be pretty neat. Oh yeah, dude. Right out. I ain't leaving the shop today until this thing's pretty much, until at minimum has the new engine in. And then tomorrow we can finish reassembly, get fluids in it. I'll build a base tune for it and we will get it running, and then trying to get it so that way the client can pick it up on Saturday. Saturday would be ideal. Okay. I like to kind of get this out of the way. We're gonna lift the car up into the air. What is that? It's a lost socket. Somebody lost a 12 mil in here. That's mine now. Old engine is stripped down, shoved right out there by that boat. Now we can focus on this. So I wanted to get this in tonight. That's not gonna happen. I pulled the flywheel off the old engine and it's just too far gone. Let me flip this thing around. If you guys look at the flywheel, you can see pitting, grooving, cracking. It's past the point of being able to machine this. So we're gonna go pick up a new one of these at Subaru in the morning. The old 20X obviously is out. It's still a good engine. The rally guys are gonna come snag this on Saturday. So now we can focus on getting this thing sorted. So I've already gone through, cleaned everything, about the best it's gonna get cleaned right now. We got our valve covers, timing belt kit. We're using another RCM setup, NGK laser iridium spark plugs, timing bolts, new exhaust oil control valves, all new AVCS cam gears, coil packs, filler tube, water lines. We had to go pick up some other rear timing covers, engine mounts, sprocket, dipstick tube, all of our sensors, knock sensor, which is gonna need replaced soon. If you look at that, it is starting to wear through. Timing belt tensioner bracket, fluid damper, oil lines, AVCS bolts. So let's just get this thing sealed up super quick. Now when it came to putting this engine together, everything was pretty standard, everything was pretty straightforward. With how many of these we've done in the past, there's not too many surprises or not too many challenges that we run into at this point. So I know some of this can seem very daunting, but I promise, if you are doing this at home or you want to do this at home, it is not nearly as bad as it looks. I know I'm zooming all around the screen right now and I make it look like it's so easy, but in the grand scheme of things, when you do one of these engines, I can confidently tell you, you would be able to do X amount many more if you wanted, no problem. Now with this engine specifically, this is an IAG 750. Everything oil-wise on this is new. We also have brand new cylinder heads. We're using an awesome RCM timing belt kit on this. It's actually been one that we've been using quite recently. If you want this timing belt kit or you want anything similar that RCM might make, go hit up our guys at Flatiron Tuning. You can use our discount code Smeedia, save 5% on some goodies, OEM, RCM, and some other qualifying brands. Save a little cash if you want. But this one, it went together fairly well. Didn't run into really any issues at all except for the factory flywheel, and that was just because it was at the end of its life. So I got an issue right now, because if you guys remember, maybe if I do cut that, we have this stud where it's like right in the way of the axle. So I've got everything on the engine ready. Went down to Subaru yesterday, got a brand new flywheel. We got our ACT clutch on here. I got all the little engine accessories up here on, but we can't put that engine in until this issue is resolved. So what I think I might do is try to cut that. I think that's probably gonna be our best bet here, is to cut that stud off. Dude, I need a bigger shop. I did not think I would outgrow this shop, but I have outgrown this shop. So let's cut the stud. Do-do-do. There we go. All right, so in theory, I should be able to pull that out the backside now. Sometimes you gotta get a little bit creative, man. Boop. I'm hoping, yeah, it's small enough now, so had to cut it so that way it was small enough to be able to fit out the backside. Otherwise, it just hits the axle. So now we're ready to get this thing in. So let's get our lift points up on here. We can get this thing slid in its home, get everything mated up, get everything happy, hunky-dory. Bell housing bolts are right there. I have no room. I'm hoping this engine goes in on like the first try, but we'll see. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I was trying to get this done today. It might bleed over into tomorrow, but I want it done today. That would be like super cool if I could get this car done today. I got a 24 WRX coming up tomorrow. It might be a 23. It's a VB WRX coming up tomorrow for that AWE exhaust over there, the coilovers, all this white line stuff. Oh, a little EJ 20X to a little EJ 25. That's what we like to see, baby. EJ 20 X and Y slander all day over here. Okay. How are we looking right now? We're gonna have to come down more. Like right there, maybe? Dude, it feels like it wants to go in. Oh, was that it? The two that I want to start with first are the nuts on the bottom. I always want to start with those on the studs, because those are going to be your biggest alignment factor, is the bottom studs. If the stud gets sucked out and you're pulling the top in but the bottom's not going in, you got a big issue. Oh yeah, we're locked in, man. So the first thing we gotta do is drop the transmission jack. If you try to drop the engine with the transmission still jacked up down there, obviously you're gonna have some issues. Transmission jack out. Now we'll bring our engine down, get it in the subframe. So that is not in the subframe. That looks like it's in the subframe. Give it another little shake. Only half, there it is. I was gonna say only half of the engine's in the subframe. I'm gonna set that down. I'm just gonna unhook it. Now for the most tense part. The throwout bearing's not clicking. I'm gonna try pulling the sleeve off real quick.
Slave bolts. There it is. What the fuck is that? Oh, someone was ringing our doorbell camera at home. Dude, that just scared the shit out of me. Look at that, clutch works. Beautiful. Yeah, if it's not clicking in for you on the first or second try, pull off that slave and then try it again. I promise you, it's very rare for those not to click in unless you like really mess something up, which is possible, don't get me wrong, I've done it before too. Engine, back in the car. I'm gonna need to keep this out because I gotta put this one back on a stand. Woo! All right, let me take 5 because that was and put this away. Actually, no, I don't. I need to put that on there first. Hey, give me 5. Let's get our turbo in. And then we still have to get the rest of like the engine stuff together, but that shouldn't be too bad. There's a little baby turbo for a fully built motor, but you know what? That's okay. Not everything's got to be massive big turbos, you guys. Okay, we like little turbos too. It's not the size of the turbo, it's how you use it, okay? Don't let these women tell you it's all about size. Don't let these men, dude. Don't let these men tell you size is all that matters, because it's not, okay? It's not all that matters. It's about how you use it. It's the motion of the ocean, okay? Ever get a crush washer that's stuck on these? If you grab some diagonal cutters and you just cut a couple slits into it, freeze it up a little bit, and then you can just pull it right off. And he's had to have this thing for a while. These have been discontinued for a bit. Is this the one with the Gessie? Yeah. Damn, yeah, he's had to have this thing for a while. These have been discontinued for like a freaking year. One thing I love about these Cobb downpipes is the fact that they actually cut a recession out into the downpipe, so that way you can easily get all these nuts on, especially that bottom one. It's such a pain in the butt, dude. Ouch. Downpipe hooked up to our turbo. Let's do the heater core lines. We got one right here, clamp. One right here. Here's clamps. These are radiator hose clamps. So that one is in to the heater core, so that's going to be from the water pump. There we go. Well, while we have the downpipe in, we could put the new AOS body on there. Now, before we just go bolt this thing in the car, I do want to put the 2 coolant lines on. I hate the fact that IAG has them routed like this. I mean, you can adjust it and all, but it annoys me. So there's gonna be 2 in here that look slightly different right there. So the 2 coolant lines are a different style of hose. So this one, clip on there. That one will clip on there, and then we'll go get this installed in the car. These 2 coolant lines, we're not gonna do anything with them right now. I just wanted to get them on the bottom of the AOS because it can be a little bit of a pain to try to get in there later. So figured we'd just do that now. Next one I do wanna get in right now though is this guy. If you don't have clamps on this, this is going to piss oil everywhere. The farther I can get that down, the more clearance I'm gonna have under the turbo for that. But it doesn't wanna go down. That. With that on and that on, let me clear off some space so that way we can start disassembling our intake manifold. I'll probably do it on the ground because it's probably going to piss a lot of fuel out. So let me clean up the shop just a little bit.
So after reassembling that STI, getting coolant back in it, come to find out the coolant crossover, the old one, has a small hairline crack on it. So I'd take it all back apart, put a new coolant crossover in there, and then there was another issue. We swapped from his Nvidia catted downpipe over to this Cobb one, and he had his catback modified, but the catback was modified to fit with the Nvidia downpipe, and they're just ever so slightly different, and it doesn't mate up to the Cobb one anymore. So we pushed the car over here to my buddy's shop. He does a lot of like mini truck, like slammed mini truck builds. They're actually pretty cool. So he is actually modifying the exhaust for us so that way it'll fit, and once it's fit, we can bring it back over to our shop. I got the base tune uploaded on that thing already, so we can burp the cooling system, grab a couple data logs, do the cam break-in and the first oil change, and then get that thing set aside for him to pick up tomorrow. Exhaust has been modified, it fits now. And the whole reason, like I said earlier, it doesn't fit, he has an Nvidia exhaust on here. It broke off a couple of years ago. He had an exhaust shop temporarily modify it. It didn't work with this downpipe anymore. So we have that sorted now. The base map's been loaded on. We're gonna go ahead and crank this thing over until it builds oil pressure. I always like to do this on fresh engines. All the oil pumps I pack with Vaseline. Once we get this thing up to temperature, we need to do cam break-in. Once we're done with cam break-in, we'll do an oil change. We'll get any data logs if needed, and then we can get this thing off to its own. We're gonna have to set fuel pressure too once it comes up to operating temperature, but that shouldn't be too bad. So let's go ahead and get this thing started up. Oh, let's build oil pressure, then get it started up. To build oil pressure without having the car start, there's two things we're gonna do. We're gonna come to the fuse box here, and we're gonna remove the fuel pump fuse. It's the 15 on the far right, closest to the front. And we're gonna disconnect the crank position sensor. We're just gonna crank it till the oil light turns on. Give the starter a break. Oil pressure light is turned off. We have oil pressure built, which means I can put the fuel pump fuse back in now. We should be all good to fire it up. Once it's up to temp, we'll set our fuel pressure, do our cam break-in, but let's see if it fires up at least. Like a million of them. Alright. Fuel pressure set. 43.5 off reference. Before you make any tune adjustments, also, if you're doing this yourself, make sure your fuel pressure's set. It doesn't sound bad either, dude. We deleted the resonator out of it because we kind of had to make this work, but that really doesn't sound bad at all. Now that we have a base map put on this thing, I'm gonna let it come up to temp. We'll get everything sorted. We'll get the coolant burped. We'll get this thing set aside. So we'll get it set aside. We'll do a couple data logs if need be. AF correction looks like tits right now. It's within 2%. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal for just putting a base map together, putting it on the car, and getting it to run. So get this thing cycled through temperatures, get it all sorted, and then I'm gonna go park it in overflow and wait for the owner to come pick this thing up. So cam break-in, we're gonna hold the car at 2,000 RPM for probably about 20 minutes. That's gonna bed the new camshafts to the new cylinder heads. From there, we'll do an oil change. We'll change the oil, we'll change the filter, and burp the cooling system, and then that's it. And then off it's gonna go to get it tuned soon. Boy, now we need to slide a happy butts under there and change the oil. Slide this guy down there. Oh my God, dude, the oil's just splashing. So we got oil filter draining, oil pan draining. So we're gonna let that drain for like a half hour. We'll put a new filter on. I gotta clean up all the spilt oil under this car also. And then it's good to go. It's ready for the customer to pick up. I looked at the logs on this. The first base map that I built was honestly spot on. When it comes to like MAF tuning, way easier to tune a MAF-based car than it is a speed density car. Old oil is out, filter is replaced. Means we can put our new oil in. We're just using Valvoline 530. Don't need anything crazy in this car. IAG pan, so it's gonna take this whole thing plus a little bit more. We'll start by just putting this whole thing in and then checking the oil. Looks pretty good. Trick on these coolant funnels too, if you don't want to spill, if you grab the radiator hose, you give it a squeeze, it'll push some coolant out. Stick that in there, pull it out, and it won't spill everywhere. Whoa, science, man. All right, with our oil change done, let's go putz this thing around the parking lot real quick. Probably start it, let the ABCS zero out, let it figure itself out real quick and whatnot. Don't do that oil pressure light. Didn't like that. I don't know why some access ports do this. They'll like freeze. It's the weirdest thing. Heat in this car is like, it works so absurdly well. All right. Let's go make sure it drives. If correction within 5% for a base map, it's not bad. Look at this. It feels a little weird. It's not the engine, but like the car. Almost like he's got, I saw like hill assist and whatnot lights on here, so I don't know. See a little smoke poofing out. Might just be oil. Pretty sure that's just oil. Oh yeah, it is. I can see the smoke coming off of it. I'll let it burn off for a minute. Look at that, you guys. Nice little 2014 STI redone. But yeah, it does this weird thing where like feels like it's missing a little bit. We did the engine, we did the spark plugs, we did everything else. Injectors could need a cleaning. That's one thing I want to buy for the shop is an injector cleaner. Outside of that, I think it's the engine harness. That thing is pretty crusty. It's pretty old. It's pretty worn also. So he's gonna buy a new one, get that replaced before he goes and gets this thing pro-tuned. But technically, he can drive this thing around from point A to point B for the time being. So I'm gonna let this oil burn off. We need to get that one pushed in next. So, because that one I got to start on tomorrow. Which that one I don't think will be too bad. This one wasn't. This one was pretty easy. Yeah, you see all the smoke burning off. So we got that hatchback done and on its way out of here. The owner's gonna be picking that thing up in the morning. Everything's all sorted, good to go on it. Next up, I got the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse car in here, which I don't think this one will be too bad. We've already pulled the engine. The car's already gone to detail. We do have to obviously put an engine in, do a front mount, do the radium fuel system, do a whole bunch of stuff to this one. This car is getting tuned on the 19th, so I need to do double time to get this thing sorted and ready to go. But outside of that, like you guys have seen, there's definitely been a slowdown in videos, And I could chop these up and do like daily videos, but it's like there's no progression of like that we got this done today in this video, you know what I mean? So it's to me it just seems a little silly. So it's more like this video. It was like we pulled the engine, we got everything fixed, we got it all back together, car's done, ready to be picked up. Normal scheduling will come back probably early November. The new person coming in is going to help alleviate a lot of the stress. In the past, I've always done like these engine R&Rs for people because the money has always helped to stipend or stimulate the channel. Financially, if I was looking at this from just a financial aspect, it makes way more sense for me to not do videos and just do engine R&Rs and build cars for other people. But that's not what I want to do. I want to do the videos. I enjoy doing the videos, and that's what I want to get back to. So come early November, we will be back on track with normal videos. I will try my damnedest to, I really, like, the goal is just to get back to every other day videos. Like, that is my goal right now. But financially, I mean, it costs so much money to build these cars, doing these engine builds and all this other stuff for people. It helps so freaking much. You guys have no idea. So with that, we'll do a series on the Alt 4 Mickey Mouse Clubhouse STI next. It should be a fun one. It's a built bottom end or built long block ETS manifold, FP black, AMS manifold. It should be a killer car. So with that, that's all I got for you guys on this one. Side note, EJ20 X and Y slander is accepted here. They are junkyard engines from Japan. Like at the end of the day, that's all they are. They're good for like if you need to get your car back on the road for like super cheap. But outside of that, I personally wouldn't put one in a car to build. But that's all I got for you guys on this one. If you like the video, you know what to do. Go and hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver sign, whatever color it might turn for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be, I'll put it in one of these corners. No idea which one quite yet. But with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.